by using Banker's algorithm. So here we are used three types of data structures, that is available and allocation and request. What are those attributes? Available, allocation and request. So deadlock detection law, here we use some attributes, that is data structures, that is available, request and allocation. So available means the number of available resources, the number of available resources of each type, that is nothing but available. And allocation, the number of resources of each type currently allocated to each process, currently allocated to each process. And request, request is nothing but indicates current request of each process. Request is nothing but indicates current request of each process. So those are this is the definitions of available, allocation and request. So available is nothing but the number of available resources of each type. Allocation, the number of resources of each type currently allocated to each process. And request indicates currently request of each process. Ante if a process executes, how many resources are required to execute that particular process. So it is in the same forming to send the request. So it is in the form of we have to send the request. This much of resources I want, I will require to execute my task, and the process will be requesting that resources to the system. This is clear. Those are the definitions of available and request and allocation. So here we have to execute deadlock detection by using these conditions. First, assign work is equal to available. So ఇక్కడ assignment available is assigned to work, and next one is request is less than or equal to work, and work is equal to work plus allocation. So these are the steps to execute that particular deadlock detection. So consider that this is one example for deadlock detection algorithm. Here processes, 5 processes, that is P0 to P4, and allocation, request, available. So it is automatically given by the problem statement. So next you have to, what we will do, you have to find out whether it is a deadlock or not, whether this data contains a deadlock or not. So first you have to find out that whether the problem has deadlock occur or not. If the deadlock not occur means then no need to worry. If deadlock occur means we will go to the deadlock detection where the deadlock will be detected. Is it clear my statement? Hello, respond anyone? Is it clear my statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. So these are the P0, P1, P2, P3, P4 process. And allocation resources are P0 010, P1 200, P2 303, and P3 211, P4 002. So OS notes తీసుకోండి. So here what you have to find out whether the problem statement has deadlock occurred or not. That is our main agenda. So here, first, what is work is equal to available. So at first condition, what is the work value here? Available. What is the present available values here? 0, 0, 0. So work is equal to 0, 0, 0. Okay, work is equal to 0, 0, 0. And request is less than or equal to 1. Sorry, work. So what is the request for P0 process? What is the value? 0, 0, 0 is less than or equal to What is the work value? 0, 0, 0. So then condition is true or false? True, right? 0 is less than or equal to 0. 0 is less than or equal to 0. 0 is less than or equal to 0. And work is equal to work plus allocation. So what is the work here? 0, 0 plus allocation value. What is the allocation value for P naught? That is 0, 1, 0. What is the total value? So already 0, 1, 0. So this is the present available. This is the present available. So we can replace 0, 0 with what is the available here? 0, 1, 0. Is it clear how this value we got? Roll number 2. Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
సో ఈ వాల్యూ ఎలా వచ్చింది అర్థమైందండి 0, 1, 0.
Yes, ma'am. అర్థమైంది మ్యామ్.
సో ఇప్పుడు present work value is nothing but what is the present work value? So we will take as 0, 1, 0 as the, so here means P naught successfully will executed. So the first safe sequence is nothing but which process will enter into the safe sequence? P naught. So next step, what is the work value? 0, 1, 0. And here condition 0, 1, 0 is less than or equal to, what is the work value? Sorry, request for P naught. Sorry, request for P1. So request for P1 is nothing but 200. So 200 is less than or equal to, is less than or equal to work. Work is nothing but 010. Condition is true or false? Condition is false. So 2 is less than or equal to 0. Condition is false. So P naught will not enter into the safe state. Next, we will go which process? P2. So P2 is nothing but, what is the request? What is the request? So 303 is less than or equal to, what is the work? 010. So 3 is less than or equal to 0. Condition is true. 0 is less than or equal to 1. Condition is true. Sorry. 303 is less than or equal to
allocation value తీసుకుని
ma?
రిక్వెస్ట్ వాల్యూ తీసుకుని
Or request.
అలోకేషన్ వాల్యూ తీసుకుని 303
Yes. Sorry.
ముందర కూడా అలాగే తీసుకున్నాను
Ma?
ముందర కూడా 200 తీసుకున్నాను 202 P2 ప్రాసెసర్ 1 కూడా
Sorry. So we can take request value. So here 000 is less than or equal to 010. Condition is true. So 0 is less than or equal to 0. 0 is less than or equal to 1. So condition is true. So true kabatti, then work is equal to work plus allocation. So what is the work value? 010 plus what is the allocation for P2? 303. What is the allocation for P2? 303. So condition is, sorry, the value is, what is the value here? So 0, sorry, 3, 1, 3. So 313. So P2 also successfully executed. So P2 is entering into the safe state. So next step, P3. So what is the P3? ఇప్పుడు current available is 313. Current available is 313. So next step, request is less than or equal to work. What is the P3 request? 100. 100 is less than or equal to our work is nothing but available values. So 313. So 1 is less than or equal to 3, condition is true. 0 is less than or equal to 1, condition is true. 0 is less than or equal to 3, condition is true. So here P3 also successfully entering into the safe state. So next here, what is the value? Work plus allocation. The present work is 313 plus allocation of P3 is nothing but 100. Sorry. Allocation of P3 is nothing but 211. So what is the value here? 524. 524. So available is updated with 524. 524. And next P4. So P4 execute kavali. So P4 is nothing but what is the request for P4? 002. 002 is less than or equal to what is the current work available? 524. Condition is true. So condition is true means add current work available plus allocation of that value, that is 002. So what is the total value? 5 plus 0. Sorry. What is the value? 5, 2, 6. So P1, so that is nothing but 6 అవుతుంది. సో అప్పుడు సేఫ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఇక్కడ P4 కదండి. So P4 is entering into the safe sequence. Later remaining only one ఉంది, that is nothing but P1. So ఇప్పుడు P1 check చేయండి. So P1. So P1 is nothing but what is the condition here? Work value 526. It is updated with 524 is updated with 526. 526. So 526. So P1. So P1 request value is 202. So 202 is less than or equal to 526. Condition is true or false? 002 is correct. So 526. So 526 here. What is the work here? 526 plus allocation of P1. Allocation of P1. So what is the allocation value for P1? 200. So add chain 526 plus 200. 526 plus 200. 526 plus 200. What is the value? 726. So 726. So this is the final resources. So A we have to allocated 7, for B 2 instances, for C resource 6 instances. And after all executing, so the values got like this. That is nothing but the safe states are like this: P0, P2, P3, P4, P1. P4, P1. So in textbook some wrong is there. So P0, P2, P3, P4, P1. So this is the safe statement. So that means there is no deadlock state in this problem. That means there is no deadlock in this statement. Is it clear? Request ఉంది కదండి. In request we have to change the value only 001 పెట్టండి ఇక్కడ. It's replace with 00 with replace 00 with 001. That means the request values are 00, same like that, 202, but P2 is nothing but 001 and P3 is nothing but 100 and P4 is nothing but 002. So if P2 resource and P2 makes one additional request for an instance of a type C. So add cheste whether the process will enter into safe state or either a safe state or unsafe state. You have to find out. If the unsafe state means the deadlock will be there. So first check the condition. So P naught. So P naught is also nothing but it will be entering into the safe state only. Why? Because so P naught. So same problem, but instead of P2, we have to replace that request. Here 001 place 001. Ante we have to P2 wants a resource from C. One instance of a resource type C. So execute this. So you have to identify whether this problem contains a deadlock state or not. So again apply these value conditions. 000 is less than or equal to work. Work is nothing but available. The available values are 000. So condition is true. So then P naught is entering into the safe state. Only P naught entering into the safe state. Again check the condition P1. So P1, so it will be releasing the, if the condition is true means it will, whatever resources it will be allocated after the completion of P0 execution, it will releases that resources. That is request is less than or equal to work means 000 is less than or equal to 000. Condition is work plus allocation. So it will be replaced with 010 only. And next second process, that is P1 process. Work is equal to available. Then what is the available value here? 010. So request for that P1 process is 202. So 202 is less than or equal to 010. Condition is false. Is it clear or not? Condition is false. Again P2. False. P1 is false and P2. What is the P2 request? 001. 001 is less than or equal to 001 001 is less than or equal to work. Work is the previous work value 010. So see here 001 is less than or equal to 010. Condition is true or false? Can anyone respond? Condition is true or false?
False, madam.
False. Why? Because we are not check the condition total value. We will take the values each and every resource type. This is A, B, C. Here also A, B, C. So 0 is less than or equal to 0. Condition is here right. But 0 is less than or equal to 1. Condition is right. And 1 is less than or equal to 0. Condition is false. So then P2 is not entering into the safe state. And next P3. So P3 is nothing but what is the request value? 100. What is the request value here? 100 is less than or equal to what is the previous work value, available value? 010. Condition is true or false?
False.
False. So P3 also not entering into the safe state. And last P4. So what is the P4 request? 002. So 002 is less than or equal to 010. Condition is true or false?
False.
False. So P4 also not entering into the safe state. That means P1, P2, P3, P4 process contain deadlock state. Is it clear? How to detect the deadlock? So here there is a deadlock arises processes are P1, P2, P3, P4. But P0 is in a safe state. So it will be executed. But P1, P2, P3, 4 is entering into the unsafe state. So ఇక్కడ ఏ ఒక్క ప్రాసెస్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వలేదు. So this means nothing but deadlock detection. So here we will detect the deadlock for the processes P1, P2, P3, P4. Is it clear? Deadlock detection, how we can detect the deadlock? So see here, the system is in now deadlock state. Why? Because only P0 will be executed successfully. So after P0 completed its execution, the number of available resources, whatever resources it will be hold, that will be released. So, but it is not sufficient to fulfill the again remaining processes to execute. So we can say that the deadlock exists. So it consists in how many number of processes means 4 processes, that is P1, P2, P3, P4. Is it deadlock detection by using Banker's algorithm? So you can find out whether the deadlock situation, deadlock డిటెక్షన్ అరైజ్ అయిందా లేదా అని ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తా డెడ్ లాక్ అక్కర్ అయింది అంటే సో work is equal to available, then request is less than or equal to work, and work is equal to work plus allocation. If condition is true means automatically that particular process is entering into the safe state. So if it is not satisfied means automatically it is an unsafe state, there is a deadlock situation must and should arise. So after detecting the deadlock situation, so what the next step? Recovery. After finding that particular problem has whether the deadlock or not means if deadlock arise means then what is the next step? So we have to recovering from that deadlock situation. We can recovering that deadlock situation. So that is the last concept, deadlock recovery. So what is the deadlock recovery? How you can recovering from the deadlock situation? So there are, by deadlock recovery means there are two approaches to recovering from the deadlock. One is optimistic approach. The second one is pessimistic approach. How many approaches? Optimistic approach, and the second one is pessimistic approach. So by these two ways we can recovering from the deadlocks. The first one is recovery from deadlock means the first one, there are two possibilities. Inform the operator. The system will inform the operator that a deadlock has occurred. So operator ఏం చేస్తారంటే the operator deal with deadlock manually. Otherwise second possibility వచ్చి recover from the deadlock automatically. Recover from the deadlock automatically. So recovery from deadlock means the first one, there are two possibilities. Inform the operator that a deadlock has occurred. And what the operator will deal with deadlock manually. So whatever operator will know to recovering the deadlock will do manually. And next one is recover from the deadlock automatically. Recover from the deadlock automatically. So here there are two points we will raise. One is breaking, how to break the deadlock. So we have to, once the deadlock occurred means we have to break down the deadlock. So that means to terminate one or more processes, to terminate one or more processes, to break the circular wait. Deadlock means there is an, already we discussed what are the necessary conditions for the deadlock leads means mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait we discussed already. So here terminate one or more processes to break circular wait. You have to break the circular wait means automatically we detect from the deadlock, we can recover from the deadlock. That is the first one. And next one, to preempt some resources. To preempt some resources from one or more of the deadlocked process. Preemption means we can give some time to execute allocate some resources this much of time to given that process. After that completion of time, automatically it will releases that resource. That is nothing but preemption. To preempt some resources from one or more of the deadlock processes. So by doing these two ways, we can recovering from the deadlock. By doing these two ways, we can recovering from the deadlock situation, recovering from the deadlock. So already I told you there are two approaches to recovering the deadlocks. One is optimistic approach, another one is pessimistic approach. The first one is pessimistic approach. In pessimistic approach, it will take more costly. Why? Because here we will taken as process termination. Here we will do process terminations. So how you can terminate the process means abort all deadlocked process. Already we saw in example, that is there are P1, P2, P3, P4 process are in deadlocked states. So ఇక్కడ abort all deadlocked process means we can terminate all processes. That is abort all deadlocked processes. And the next one is abort one process at a time. Abort one process at a time. So until the deadlock broken. Abort one process at a time until the deadlock broken. So that means we have to decide which of them, which is the next process to delete, which process is delete from the deadlock situation. And then you can detect which process you can delete, abort or terminate. That means every time we have to again and again you have to invoke the deadlock detection algorithm. So here in which order you have to remove the process or abort the process or terminate the process in deadlock detection means first it will be taken the priority of the processes. Take the priority of the process and how long the process has computed and how much longer to completion. How long the process has computed and how much longer to completion. And the next one is how many resources the process need to complete its execution. How many resources the process needs to complete. Ante one process requires how many resources it will complete its execution. So this way we have to choose one process to terminate. So priority of the process, how long the process will be executed and how long it will be completion, and which how many resources are required to complete that process execution. These are the conditions to remove one of the process from the deadlock situation. So this is nothing but pessimistic approach. Process termination by using abort all deadlocked process and abort one process at a time is nothing but until the deadlock broken. So these are the two ways you have to find out in pessimistic approach. Whereas optimistic approach, in optimistic approach means, so there are, by using three ways we can detect the, we can remove the recovering from the deadlock. That one is selecting a victim, roll back, return, and next one is starvation. Selecting a victim. Selecting a victim is nothing but which resource and which process are to be preempted. So which resource and which processes are to be preempted. So that is nothing but selecting a victim. That means you have to must and should determine the order of preemption. So we can do like this means we can automatically minimizing the cost. So which resource and which process are to be preempted. That is a selecting a victim. And roll back. If you preempt a resource from a process, what should be done next? We have to what should be done with that process means, so if you preempt some resource from a process, then it cannot continue. Once you have to preempt the resource from a process means the process will not be continued its execution. So it will be save that particular safe state. So up to that end the work it will be executed, it will be saved. That is, it must and should be safe state, it will be stored. After getting that process execution, it will start from that safe state. That is, return to some safe state and restart that process from that safe state. That is nothing but rollback. And starvation. So starvation is nothing but same process will not be selected as a victim. So that is nothing but resources will not always be preempted from the same process. So starvation is nothing but same process will not be selected as a victim. Same process may always not be selected as a victim. Why? Because resources will not always be preempted from that same process. So there is a starvation will occur. So these are the optimistic approaches. So selecting a victim, rollback, and starvation. So this is a concept of deadlock recovery. Is it clear? So once you have to detect the deadlock, automatically we will go for recovery from the deadlock situation. So there are two types. One is pessimistic, one is optimistic approach. In pessimistic approach, we will take about all deadlock processes at a time. And the next one is about one process at a time and decide which one is the next process. We decided means we will take the every time we will invoke the deadlock detection algorithm. And deadlock recovery means selecting a victim, rollback, starvation, initially we can recovering the deadlock.